Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, joining me now from our central London studio is Dr. Randolph Kent, former UN Humanitarian Coordinator in Rwanda and Somalia, now, of course, the Director of the Humanitarian Futures Programme at King's College London. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. Just what is the scale of the humanitarian crisis? We use this word crisis. Is it a crisis?
I think it could be a tremendously complex crisis, one that actually will set a whole new standard of how the international community and how the humanitarian community engages in situations which are highly political and in situations where the humanitarians have to make a clear divide between their work to save people and the political objectives of governments and other multilateral bodies.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean. I mean, aren't all humanitarian crises, certainly the recent ones, apart from things like an earthquake, quite a lot of them take place against the backdrop of a civil war, certainly some sort of political crisis, don't they?
Yes, I think that's clearly the case. But I think the real issue is this. For the humanitarian sector to do its job, to fulfill its principles and its commitments, it has to disengage, it has to be seen to be disengaging from the political objectives of others. And that is critical. Of course, we understand that political dynamics, that economic dynamics ultimately, in one way or another, lead to these kind of crises. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to saving lives, it is not the humanitarians' role or objective to try and resolve the political situation.
Indulge me a little bit more, actually, because I'm not really sure, again, what you're getting at. What are these political objectives of others, as you call it? What is it you're worried about?
Well, what I think that the Security Council, the United Nations are concerned about is the fact that a regime exists which is not perceived to be legitimate. This may be an issue for political leaders. It is not an issue for the humanitarian sector. The humanitarian sector is there to save lives, no matter what or on which side that the victims might be. It is saving life, which is the fundamental principle that drives the humanitarian.
Randolph Kent, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much.